straight. Now, look, you lay home to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace has suffered much heat between it. Now, I'll silence me in here. Pray you be round with him.
I warrant you, fear me not.
Mother!
Withdraw. I hear him coming.
Mother! Mother! Now, Mother. What's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Now, how now, Hamlet?
Oh, what's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No, by the root not so, you are the queen. Your husband's brother's wife. And would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me! Help! Help! Help!
Help! Help! Ho! Help!
How now? A rat! Dead! For a ducat!
I'd slay.
Oh me, what hast thou done?
I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
A bloody deed almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king!
My lady, it was my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool! Well, I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune. Thou find'st to be too busy is some danger. Leave wringing of your hands. Peace, and sit you down, and let me wring your heart. For so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff, if then this custom have not brassed it so, that it be proof and bullock against sense.
What have I done, that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act, that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes up the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love, and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dice's oaths. Oh, such a deed, that from the body of contraction plucks the very soul, and sweet religion makes rhapsody of words. Heaven's face doth glow, yea, this solidity and compound mass with tristful visages against the doom is thought sick at the act.
Ay me, what act? That roars so loud and thunders in the index!
Look, here, upon this picture. And on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See, what a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars to threaten and command. A station like the herald Mercury new lighted on a heaven-kissing hill, a combination and a form indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal, to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. But you know what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this moor? Huh? Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age the heyday in the blood is tame, it's humble and waits upon the judgment. And what judgment would step from this to this? Sense. Sure you have, else could you not have motion, but sure the sense is e'er perplexed. For madness would not no sense to ecstasy was ne'er so thrall, but it reserved some quantity of choice to serve in such a difference. What devil was that thought there's cousin you were the good man blind? Eyes without feeling, feelings without sight, ears without hands or eyes, smelling sans all. Oh, but the sickly part of one true sense would not so move. Oh, shame! Where's thy blush? Rebellious hell, if thou canst mutine in a matron's bones, to flaming youth let virtue be as wax and melt in her own fire. Proclaim no shame when compulsive ardor gives the charge, since frost itself as actively doth burn, and reason panders will.
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turn'st mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their taint.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an inseamed bed, stewed in corruption, hunting and making love over the nasty stars.
Speak to me no more. These words like daggers enter in mine ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain, a slave that is not 20th part of the tithe of your precedent lord, a vice of kings, a compass of the empire and the rule, that from a shelf the precious diadem stole and put it in his pocket.
No more!
King of shreds and patches! Oh, save me, and hover over me with your wings, you heavenly gods. What would your gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
Do you not come your tardy son to chide that lapsed in time and passion lets go by the important acting of your dread command? Oh, say!
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Oh, step between her and her fighting soul. Conceit, in weakest bodies, strongest works. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How's it with you, lady?
How is it with you, that you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse? O gentle sun, upon the heat and flame of thy distemper sprinkle cool patience. Whereon do you look?
On him. On him. Look you, how pale he glares. His form and course conjoined, preaching to stones would make them capable. Do not look upon me, lest with these piteous actions you convert my stern effects. Then what I have to do will want true color, tears, perchance for blood.
To whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all. Yet all that is, I see.
Oh, did you nothing hear?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Why, look you! There! Look, where he steals away! My father, in his habit as he lived. Look where he goes, even now out at the portal.
This is the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation, ecstasy is very cunning in.
Ecstasy. My pulse, as yours, does temperately keep time and makes as healthful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Bring me to the test, and I the matter will reword which madness would gamble from. Mother, for love of grace, lay not that flattering unction to your soul, that not your trespass but my madness speaks. It will but skin and film the ulcerous place, whilst rank corruption, mining all within, infects unseen. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past. Avoid what is to come. And do not spread the compost on the weeds to make them ranker. Forgive me this, my virtue, for in the fatness of these pursy times, virtue itself of vice must pardon beg, yea, curb and woo for leave to do him good.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Throw away the worser part of it, and live the purer with the other half. Good night. But go not to mine uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it not. That monster custom, who all sense doth eat, of habit's devil is angel, yet in this, that to the use of actions fair and good, he likewise gives a frock or livery that aptly is put on. Refrain tonight, and that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence, the next more easy. For use almost can change the stamp of nature, and either master the devil, or throw him out with wondrous potency. Once more, good night. And when you are desirous to be blessed, I'll blessing beg of you. For the same Lord I do repent. But heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with this and this with me, that I must be their scourge and minister. I will bestow him, and will answer well the death I gave him. So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins, and worse remains behind. One word more, good lady.
What shall I do?
Not this, by no means that I bid you do. Let the bloated king tempt you again to bed. Pinch wanton on your cheek, call you his mouse, and let him, for a pair of reechy kisses, or paddling in your neck with his damned fingers, make you to revel all this matter out. That I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft. To a good you let him know. For who that's but a queen, fair, sober, wise, would from a paddock, a bad, a jib, such dear concernings hide? Who would do so? No. In despite of sense and secrecy, unpeg the basket on the house's top, let the birds fly, and like the famous ape, in the basket creep, and break your own neck down.
Be thou assured, if words be made of breath and breath of life, I have no life to breathe what thou hast said to me.
I must to England. You know that?
Alack, I forgot. 'Tis so concluded on.
There's letters sealed, and my 2 schoolfellows, whom I will trust as I will Adder's fangs, they bear the mandate they must sweep my way and marshal me to knavery. Let it work. But it's a sport to have the engineer hoist with his own petard, and it shall go hard. But I will delve 1 yard below their mine, and blow them at the moon. 'Tis most sweet when in one line 2 crafts directly meet. This man shall set me packing. I lock the guts into the neighbor room. Mother, good night. Indeed, this counselor is now most still, most secret, and most grave, who was in life a foolish, prating knave. Come, sir, to draw toward an end with you. Good night.